In this video, we're going to discuss how to write a conclusion that is an appropriate length. A conclusion should have a minimum of 3 sentences that do 2 important things. First, you want to summarize your argument, which you stated in your thesis statement and then developed in your body paragraphs, and you want to offer your reader some final thoughts on your topic that follow naturally from the summary of the argument that you provide. If your conclusion is too short, you need to do one of the following. First, make sure that you've provided both of the key parts of a good conclusion, and if you have, you want to make sure you're providing either an appropriately detailed summary of your argument or providing some depth of thought to those concluding remarks you're giving your reader. So let's look at an example. Suppose we're writing a paper about ocean pollution, and your thesis statement is, ocean pollution is our primary environmental concern because destroying our fishing stocks will cause irreversible damage to an important source of food. Now, we stated that thesis in our introduction and developed it well in our body paragraphs, so it's time to write a good conclusion. We need those 2 key elements. First, a summary of our argument, and second, final comments that are relevant to that argument but give our reader something else to think about. So let's say that we offer this summary. If fishing stocks are depleted, then we will lose a sustainable ecological food source. That sounds like a good summary of the argument we've made, so we then need to provide some final comments. And here in this blue box, the final comments talk about overpopulation and its impact on food sources in general. This ties directly back to the specific argument about fishing stocks, but also expands the number of things we've given our reader to think about. This is a good, concise conclusion, and it accomplishes both of the key themes a good conclusion does. Now, it's possible that your conclusion is too long, and if that's the case, you want to trim one or both elements of a good conclusion. Your summary might be too detailed, or your final thoughts that you've given your reader might go on a bit too long. So if your concluding length is too long, go back to both of those elements and ask yourself, how can I say both of these things with fewer sentences? If you have clear, concise summaries and final remarks for your reader, you're going to have written a conclusion that is the appropriate length.